Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sumo Summary Show. This is for the first Saturday of Sumo, and it's day 7. Today is November the 15th, and we're just going to jump right into it. I don't think there's any preamble. Remind me, though, later. I'm going to show you that my calendar came in. It's pretty awesome. I'll show it to you at the end. So if you want to stick around for that, uh, I'll show you what the new calendar's like. Okay. Good day of sumo today. Obviously, I got to watch all day long or as much as I wanted because I'm home from work. I started watching about 2:45 and watched for, just over 3 hours and got to see all the Juryo and all the Makuchi matches I wanted to watch, which was great, and got a bunch on the channel. In fact, we go over to Patreon really quick. I'll just show you the Day 6 to 10 collection got updated with here's day 7. I started out with Fuji Ryoga, had some other Juryo matches, and then top division stuff all the way to 10 different videos for day 7, but many of them have more than one match in them. So probably 14 matches maybe in those 10 videos. And then day 6, as I said this morning very early, I put up highlights for the first half. So you got to see everybody from Friday because I really didn't start recording until Yoshino Fuji here in the second half. And so we're off to a good start for days 6 through 10 collection. Lots to look at. All right. Don't think anyone pulled out. Nope. All right. Always good to check though. And we'll start down in Juryo. Oops, sorry. So we started with the very first match. That's why I started watching at. Sorry, I'm gonna burp, and I don't want to burp into the microphone. We started out with Fuji Ryoga, and he's down there, even though he's 6-0 going into today, he's at Juryo 13, so this makes perfect sense. He's fighting a man at Juryo 14. Juryo 14 is the lowest rank in the Juryo Banzuke you can be, and that's Wakanosho. Fuji Ryoga had no problems really with him. It was a spirited match, but he was in control and goes to 7-0. He can obviously get his Kachikoshi, his majority eighth win tomorrow, and I will have that on the channel for you for sure. And Wakanosho fell to 3-4. So all alone on the leaderboard in Juryo is the rookie Fuji Ryoga. Asasuryu, who was a rookie last basho, goes to 4-3 by beating Thomas Shoho, who was 5-1, but now falls into the two-loss group. Kaio got just his second win by beating Hideno Umi. Shirokuma maintains his one-loss record, and this was one of the double headers I had on the channel today. Shirokuma beating Nishinoryu, and then I let it run, and you got Takeda Fuji beating up Kaze Keno, and so he's now 4-3, and Shirokuma's an impressive 6-1. Kageyaki's 5-2. Daisei-zan is 6-1. Goto Eho improved to 4-3. Juryo 1 Fujiseun is, not lighting things on fire yet, but he is 4-3. Lost to Tochi Taikai today, though. And the other Juryo 1 is, I don't think there's any chance of him getting a Kachikoshi, but he's 1-6, so still technically alive. Lost to Hatsuyama today. The name you're not seeing is Asanoyama. He fought in the Makuchi division today, and we'll get to him in a moment. Alrighty, jump up to the top division. And again, I started right at the beginning of the day's events. I had this Asakoru versus Nishiki Fuji match. Asakoru was in the one-loss group, one off the pace, but he lost today. And then I know a bunch of you would want to see Asanoyama. He was taking on Toki Hayate, who was also only at one loss before this match and lost, so he's now in the two-loss group. Asanoyama down in Juryo improves to 5-2, so he's doing well. Um, just really quick, let's look at tournament records for the Juryo division and see what kind of picture we have. So at Juryo 1, Hitoshi, like I said, very doubtful he'll get his Kachikoshi. Fujiseon, just too early to tell, but, could very well do it. Asahakaru's not looking great, even though he won the whole tournament in September. Kotoeho, kind of like Fujiseun. Daiseizon's looking very good. Will definitely get his Kachikoshi. Can he get more than that to get promoted? We'll have to see. Mita obviously had to pull out of the tournament. Then we have Juryo 4. So this is where Asanoyama is. So he's got five guys ahead of him because you can't count Mita. And of those five guys, one seems certain to get his Kachikoshi. And then I'd say maybe two of the others probably have a chance. So again, Asanoyama will have to wait in line behind those two or three guys to get promoted unless he either puts up, like a 12 and 3 or an 11 and 4, something really good, or he could still win the U show. And that would seal his promotion up to the top division. And in fact, Kageyaki at the same rank at Juryo 4 has the same record at 5 and 2. So lots of good stuff happening in the top ranks. And you got to go all the way down to the bottom to find Fuji Ryoga because he's the rookie, and there he is. And again, winning the Yusho, if he does do that, as we saw with Asahakiru, if you're way down here, they're not going to promote you all the way up to the top division unless he does something spectacular like a Zensho Yusho. That might do it. 15 and 0 record might just bolt him right up to the top division. Okay. Just want to check that out. What do we got? Chiyoshima beating Mataki Umi. Roga beating Oshomi. Oshomi struggling, the rookie at 1 and 6 now. Shishi getting his second win over the man I have on my team, Shonana Umi. 2 and 5. Terrible. Gonoyama improving to 4 and 3 over Koto Shoho. Tomokaze still only one win, losing to Daisho today. Then we had Fujinokawa, that went up on the channel. He had one loss, wanted to bounce back, and he got the win today, beating Tobizaru. Good match. Go check that out on my Patreon or somewhere else. Worth checking out. Onokatsu beat Midori Fuji. Atami Fuji was in the one-loss group. So a bunch of the one-loss Rikshi lost today to go into the two-loss group. Atami Fuji among them. He lost to Kimbozan. Shodai got a win over Ichiyamamoto. Yoshino Fuji maintained his one loss at M5, beating Hirada Umi, so he's still on the leaderboard. Hakuoho improved to 3 and 4 by beating Oshoma. The troubles for Takanosho continue. He lost to Wakataka Kage today, and he is now 1 and 6. Wakataka Kage only one better at 2 and 5. The other not the other Sekewake, but one of the Sekewake, Oho, losing today. He's under 500 right now. He lost to Kirishima. The other Sekewake, Aonishiki, maintaining his one-loss record. And really, this was the match of the day, guys. Aonishiki versus Takayasu. Seek it out wherever you watch sumo. Fantastic match. And Takayasu was in it all the way, but Aonishiki persevered and got the win. So Takayasu now 4 and 3, but Aonishiki with only one. Wakamoto Haru beat the Ozeki. Kotozakura, I was saying on the Patreon today that I think he'll be pulling out of the tournament. If he loses one or two more in the next few days, I think he'll pull out with an injury. We won't see him on day 15. But if he puts up a couple wins in the next few days and he's 4 and 5 going into day 10, that's a big difference. So we'll just have to wait and see. Then Hoshoru had the Iron Man, and it was a really good match. This Tamawashi Hoshoru match was really fun. And what it came down to was endurance and stamina, perseverance. Tamawashi was in it, but he's old. There's no way around saying that. He is going to be 41 tomorrow. Happy birthday, a day early. And Hoshoru is 26. So, they fought for quite a while. And then I think Tamawashi just ran out of gas. And Hoshoru was able to get the win. Then the final match of the day, big one for fans. Ura taking on the Ozeki. I'm sorry, the Ozeki, the Yokozuna, Onosato, and never beaten Onosato. I think they fought each other now 5 times, and he's never beaten Onosato, no matter what rank he's at. And today was no different. He did put up a really good fight, though. I will commend Ura. He really had a strategy. He executed it well. And there was a moment where I thought maybe, but Onosato, is just too big and too skillful. And there you go. He is undefeated at 7-0. The question now really is who's going to beat him? Is he going to get a Zensho Yusho? Um, the Aonishiki Onosato match will just grow in stature if they both keep winning. And it's a zero. It's an undefeated Yokozuna against a one loss Sekewake. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so the leaders. Let's go over there. Three guys now left, one off the pace. Aonishiki, Yoshino Fuji at M5 and M12, Fujinokawa. So two recent rookies who what are they each like in their third tournament in the top division are vying with Aonishiki and the Yokozuna undefeated all alone at the top. Down in Juryo, just Daisei Izan and Shirokuma are now one off the pace of Fuji Ryoga, who can get his Kachikoshi tomorrow, which, is the least of his worries, I think, but it will ensure that he stays in the Juryo division. And he has, of course, got his eyes on more than just that. And Onosato can also get his Kachikoshi tomorrow. Don't think he's too worried about that. I checked Enho and he didn't fight today. So he still is, he's at 2-1, but he hasn't fought his fourth match yet. Here's all the guys that are doing well down in Makushita. Only one guy undefeated at 4-0, but some of these guys probably haven't fought their fourth match yet. So Hoku Tenkai is doing well at Makushita 43. Good luck to him. All right, let's check out who's going to fight tomorrow. Day 8, Nakabi, the middle Sunday. We'll start down in Juryo. Of course, I'll have more full coverage for you on the Patreon page because I'll be home watching sumo all day. I'll get some of those good Juryo matches up and all the big ones that matter in the Makuchi division. So I'll probably start here with Fuji Ryoga against Tohakuru. They're still not pulling him up yet to fight, Juryo, say 1 through 4 opponents, but they will. They're going to let him get his Kachikoshi down in the familiar area of people close to him in rank, and hopefully he'll get that tomorrow, and then we'll see where they take him from there. Let's see. Takeda Fuji has Hideno Umi. Shirokuma has Shiden. Daisei Izan with only one loss has Kotoeho. Uh, and Asanoyama 5-2 fights Fuji Seiyun, the Juryo one man, 4-3 in the final match of the day. I'll have that on the channel. I'll probably throw in the Shirokuma Takeda Fuji double here. And of course, I'll have Fuji Ryoga for you. So probably 3 Juryo videos on the channel tomorrow. Okay. And day 8 for November 16 up in the top division. Starting out with Chiyoshoma versus Oshomi. Nishiki Fuji versus Sadanaumi. Then our Juryo man is Hatsuyama for day 8, taking on Ryuden. And Hatsuyama has a better record at 5-2. Asakoru at 5-2, taking on 5-2 Toki Hayate. That's a fun matchup. One of them will go to 6 wins. The other one will go into the 3-loss group. Come on, Shonana Umi, get a win against Mitake Umi. Fujinokawa has 1 win, Tomokaze tomorrow. Gonoyama taking on Roga. Shishi against Midori Fuji, both men with only 2 wins so far. Chirana Umi against Koto Shoho. Abi taking on Daisho. There was a time where these guys, like, he would have been the Komasubi and he would have been the Sekewake, but they're now a Maegashira 10 versus a Maegashira 7. Atami Fuji against Tobizaru. Onokatsu Ichiyamamoto. Shodai taking on Kimbozan. I'll definitely have the Yoshino Fuji match for you against Wakamoto Haru. Both of these guys are on my team, so unfortunately, I can only get one win there. Wakatake Kage has Oshoma. Then we get into our top ranked guys, Komusubi Takanosho. Almost do or die at this point, right? I mean, he can lose one more, and then any loss after that is a Makekoshi. Taking on Kirishima. Takayasu has Haku Oho. That should be a fun one. Sekewake Oho has Aonishiki, so we got a Sekewake clash here. That's a lot of fun. Then Koto Zakura against Hirada Umi, both men 2-5. Tamawashi, the Iron Eagle, he fought Hoshoru today on his birthday. He turns 41. He gets Onosato. Happy birthday. That's not quite the now, it'll be quite a birthday present if he can find a way to beat Onosato, because man, the money that he'll generate from that one match would be more money than I probably make in a year being a teacher. And then again, Ura, double duty in the Musubi no Ichiban. He got to fight in the final match of the day today against Onosato, and tomorrow he gets to fight in the final match of the day against Hoshoryu. I can't speak. Hoshoryu can really only look from the sidelines at what Onosato is doing. And even if in his mind he's like, okay, I'm going to keep winning, I'm going to give Onosato a loss when I fight him because I'm going to win. And he's got that confidence. He's still got to find somebody else has to beat Onosato before day 15. Because obviously, if he goes in with a two-win buffer, there's nothing Hoshoru can do except win for pride. So he's got to hope that Aonishiki gives him a loss, and that maybe then he can give Onosato a loss, and then that would make it, uh, he could get into a playoff or something. But anyway, a lot more sumo to come, so lots more permutations to go through. But some good matchups. I'm excited about a lot of these big matchups here at the end of the day, and some of the earlier ones as well. Juryo, I'm invested, so some good sumo ahead on day 8. Okay, I wanted to show you the standings. So in the contest, 3 people tied for first: JK, NDN, and Mike B, all with 34 points. 16 of you, all of you here in the gray, tied at 33 points. Then a bunch of people, 28 people, tied for third place. Some names that I've seen before. Some names that have even won before, I think. Paburo, I remember. Paburo, though, wasn't he? I think he was the guy that said Ichi Yamamoto would get his Kachikoshi first or something. I can't remember. Um, but I know Vegan Sumo, I think, has won before. Mr. Fishy, I just sent him a prize, so he's won before, etc. Some of you guys are good at picking these teams each time. I did pretty good because I'm down here tied for 5th place. 90 of you are ahead of me, but I thought my big problem was Wakamoto Haru, but he did get a third win today. It turns out me picking Shonana Umi. I don't think I would have picked Asakura or Gonoyama. I just don't know who else I might have picked down there. Maybe I would have picked Ryuden. There's a tiny chance I would have picked Asakura, but mm, yeah, probably Ryuden, and that would at least have me have 4 wins as opposed to the 2 that Shonana Umi has. Okay, and what? Oh, I know the one other thing I wanted to show you. Before I show you the calendar, over on the sumo shop website. In the Patreon today, I talked about how I want to get a new poster and put it where Okinaumi was. And this is the Tamawashi poster. And I like the top. I like the blue with the yellow. I'm just not a huge fan of this butterfly Keisho Mawashi. I wish it was the sunflower Keisho Mawashi that he's wearing on the little doll that I have. Um, so I'm just not sold on this poster. Uh, but there's so many down here you can choose from. I mean, that's pretty awesome. There's, I mean, you can't go wrong with that, man. In the rope, that's pretty cool. There's Hoshoru's rope poster. And these are big posters, 100 centimeters by 47 centimeters. Takayasu with a lot of green going on there. Abi, and so on. So if you go if you go over to the Sumal, that's pretty fucking boss right there, the Asanoyama. He is so built to be the Yokozuna, and it's just such a shame what's happened to him in his career. I do hope he comes back up into the top division and kicks some butt in 2026. And then you've got a few Juryo wrestlers down here. You know who's not in here right now, who I probably would buy? Aonishiki. How do they not have an Aonishiki poster? I know he came up fast, but seriously, like all of these guys, and they have a Ryuden poster. They have Endo, who's obviously now retired. He's this guy. He's retired. And they don't have Aonishiki, or maybe they did and it sold out, and they just haven't been able to restock it. But it's really weird to me that he is such a glaring omission. Um, so if you look at the drop-down menu, it's just tons of guys. Uh, yeah, that's him in his rope. And Ura, I'm not a huge C. I want the Keisho Mawashi to be cool as well. So, but yeah, no Aonishiki anywhere in here. So very strange. Okay, one of the things you can get on the Sue Mall page is the new calendar, and there it is. And this is a bigger price because you get this like planner book, like this daily planner as well. But I just bought the calendar itself, and I'm going to give one away as a prize, maybe two. I'll see if they're readily available when I go to Sumo next week. I'll probably pick one more up. Um, and do I need to show you anything else? No, I think that's it. Okay. So it's really well done this year. I mean, I feel like they must go to a studio, like a photo studio, and take some pictures. But this year it really looks like they did. Like they hired, I don't know, a real professional or something. I'm kind of the style of the photography is just different. So first of all, we got a really awesome cover, but you'll never see that because it'll always be behind. Group picture, standard group picture at the basho of all the guys. Then we go into the Yokozuna and like look at these pictures. I mean, what is this? What is this butt shot here? Like looking over his shoulder with the sword. It's kind of cool, but it very much you can tell it's like in a studio. And so he comes up uh, first, and Hoshoru is second, and his are also, he's got the same butt shot going. And then, like, these are very close up, and like, that's pretty cool, though. They're showing their, because this dragon motif is just so awesome. And but some of them smile, some of them don't when they take these photos. Then you got your Ozeki Sekewake Komusubi, or who they were when this was all arranged. So got your Aonishiki in there. You got that's awesome of Takayasu. These two guys are obviously not up there anymore, but they'll get back. That's May. And then just lots of pictures of all the guys. Love his smile. So most of them smiling and having a good time. What's this pensive Ura look right there? That's kind of fun. It's like, what is he doing? The one guy you would think would be smiling jovially out of all of them, and he's kind of like looking at you like, what are you doing? So good stuff. So see how they're kind of like, they look kind of like, the pictures you would take for your like high school graduation album or something. And then some more Yokozuna, like action poses and stuff like that. So that's cool. Heavy on the Yokozuna this year because that was Onosato's page. Then Hoshoru gets his page of action stuff. So they each get two individual pages and one combined page. So 5 out of the 12 pages are Yokozuna. And then some of the other top ranked guys. including the Ozeki there. More top rankers. So here's some Aonishiki and other peoples. I don't know about this one. This one's kind of weird. And then the last picture is some Juryo people. Very quickly. And then the last page is often with this calendar, they'll put a page in that's like the next year at a glance. And I always cut it out and like post it somewhere. But they didn't do that this year. It's all the like Yoji and Yobidashi, some higher sumo elders that I don't even know who they are. And then these are all the hairdressers. So that's kind of cool. They got a kind of a nice group shot there. The guys who do the Chanmage. So kind of fun. I don't know who would put this up because there's no calendar information. It's just at the end on the kind of final, page and nothing on the back. So anyway, prize for whoever wins the contest comes in this nifty envelope for the November. And I might also send one out in January. The thing I also do in January, if you're new, is I ask people who had the calendar from the previous year if they want to give their calendar away. There's people that want to keep them or cut them up and make decorations out of them or things like that. So I don't write on my calendar, it's just a wall decoration. So it's pristine when I take it off the wall and I send it to someone. But that I don't even make a prize. That's just like I do a giveaway. And you just put your name on a form and then I pick a name out of a hat and you get it. So that's something I do in January after I finished using it, obviously. Okay, one more sumo summary show tomorrow for day 8, then probably nothing for day 9 and 10 when I'm in Fukuoka, but I will try if I can do it from my hotel room and it's it's fun and I can get some lighting. I will try. Okay. So we'll see. And maybe I'll have my buddy Brian, when we're at the Mexican restaurant on Monday night, go, turn your phone around and film me for 10 minutes talking about sumo as you drink your margarita. We'll see. Okay. But see you tomorrow for sure. And probably live on the 22nd. I do have to go to the dentist that day. I hope nothing drastic. But we'll see. Okay. Take care. Peace. See you tomorrow.